combines economic opportunity with conservation through offshore renewable energy, the transition to circular and biodegradable materials, sustainable fisheries, and inclusive national sustainable ocean plans. Let me, however, reiterate that commitments without the means to deliver them will never match the urgency or the scale of what the oceans now demand of us. We must find new and bolder ways to mobilize finance, deploy technology and innovation, build capacity, and make our existing ocean frameworks work together rather than apart. The cost of protecting the ocean cannot keep falling on those who did the least to harm it. And it is the reason why in the G7 meeting that I had the honor to attend yesterday and the day before, the discussion was about new partnerships, how we can do things differently. And our position, as we consolidated that position during the Africa Forward Summit last month, was that going forward, the conversation and the engagement by those of us from the Global South and from Africa will no longer be on dependency. Rather, it's going to be on sovereign equality. That going forward, the course of aid and charity and assistance has run its course. Going forward, it has to be partnerships, and partnerships that are mutually beneficial. And we did also agree at the Africa Forward Summit, and it is the position that I presented to the G7, that going forward, we will reject any engagement that amounts to extraction. We will reject any extractive engagements. Going forward, it is going to be investments that create jobs, that create value, and that makes everybody a winner by creating a win-win outcome. That it is in the interest of all our partners that we create jobs in Africa, that we create value in Africa. In any case, going into the future market, the future workforce, because we not only have the natural resources, the agricultural resources, energy resources, and the human capital resources that makes Africa the center that will produce 40% of the world's workforce by 2050 and be the single largest market of 2.5 billion people by 2050. That will be the gravitational force that will drive global progress and global prosperity. And as a result, there is need to now eliminate all the barriers that stand in the way to accessing new ways of financing this continent and the resources that we have, not for purposes of treating Africa being treated special. It is in pursuit of being treated equal. And being treated equal is not too much to ask. It just means that. We do not want to be treated as special human beings, but we want to be treated equally with others. So this is the mission, and I'm very happy that this conference has delegates from across the world. And we are speaking together because oceans and all the other resources are shared equally amongst all people.